Hey David, this is Joel. This is the difference in the setup. On the right there we have some more knee flex. And this on our left was the first swing. Excuse me, from yesterday. And then very first time you tried to swing a little better on the downswing, you nailed it. Right there, man. So it looked a bunch better. Didn't surprise me at all. Like I said, I predicted it. And on the very first swing, you come right down that plane line better. And then when the shaft shows up, it's more through the top of your left shoulder. So that was great work on the very first one. And you did several more there that didn't get quite as well on the plane line after that. And then you start talking about that setup. And remember, the idea with that setup is to try and get your lower back, your pelvis area, into a neutral position, you know, with some good knee flex underneath you. And what we said was you look a little more like that kind of C posture, or maybe that N posture. You don't look too bad there. But you see how, because of the more knee flex and the more mobility in my pelvis there, I'm able to have my hips a little more vertical, and that would be too vertical with the hips there, right? And that's kind of the S posture. You don't want that. But you don't want that. That neutral posture is more where you want. And you have a little more of that when your knees are flexed, like we're seeing there on my right. And if you want, you can just try to get to try to get your muscles to start working all the more in that part of your torso. Excuse me. Go ahead and just slowly point your belt buckle up at the sky like that to flatten your butt out, and slowly point it down at the ground to make it more vertical. And then the halfway point between those two is where you want to be with your posture. Not up too much like that, kind of a C posture, and not that way too much in an S, but right about there in a neutral posture is where you want to be. Nothing really changed too much from that face-on view when you had those knees flexed a little more. And then this was the 9 o'clock swing, which makes things look very good. And then we start talking about trying to, that looks great. Like we know, that 9 o'clock swing there where you felt like you're keeping your left arm straight, and that rehinge happens beautifully, and you get a whole lot of distance there. And then here, where you're turning your shoulders more on the backswing, it made it real easy for you to get your hands back there. Get that club head really coming from inside, David. And so this is you feeling like you're making a bigger shoulder turn, and you are, compared to the first one we saw yesterday. Right there. So your left shoulder socket is just barely behind the yellow line on the old gold, but then on the new blue, that left shoulder socket is farther behind the line there. And it makes it easier to come from inside, and you'll tend to get better extension and a better rehinge. Yep, it's a nice look over there on our left. Here's it again. That bigger shoulder turn. And again, you can do those simple exercises that I kind of mentioned to you. Let's see if this is the one. Yeah. Just real slowly go back and forth. You see how my hips aren't turning at all. Just to get those shoulders working, to get your torso muscles to stretch a little easier through the swing. You don't have to do it as fast as I'm doing it here. Kind of go slow. But you see how my hips aren't moving. That's what you want there. And then this just shows you what it's like to point that belt buckle up and down. Point it up. Don't let your knees or shoulders move. Then you know it's really, then point it down. Point it up, and then point it down. You try not to get your knees or shoulders to move, as you're seeing here. So that'll really get those muscles limbered up more and make it a little bit easier for you to turn your upper body as well when those muscles get limbered up this way. Thanks so much, David. Good work there, man. Look forward to a good spring and summer for you.